Bonjour! We're back down Frimley. I'll discuss with you a little bit more what I did a couple of days ago on my little special trip. Didn't get really, for my vlogs, a lot of filming done. We were so busy. We had to cut trees down, all sorts, but we'll get into that in a bit. Yeah, we're back down Frimley. I had some bad news the other day. My main target fish, Jekyll and Hyde, is dead. Got buried, so that sucks a lot. But there's still a few more in here that I'm after, and I've got a couple months until my winter ticket runs out anyway. So we're down again, gonna try and find some fish, stick a bit of bait out. From where I had my little trip to where I'll show you and explain it in a minute, we found a lot of fish and we put a lot of bait on them. Even at this time of year when it's cold, well, it's not even that cold if I'm honest with you, it's about 10 degrees when we were there, and it's about the same today, it's not that cold. We put a lot of bait on them and they responded. We did have one fish between us, which doesn't sound like a lot because we saw a lot of fish, but we turned up, I think, a day early on that spot. If we'd have turned up there the night before, just before the wind change, we would have bagged up 100%. There's no doubt about it, we would have bagged up. But one fish, for the amount of effort and work we did, was well worth it. It paid off, and it got us some decent footage for a rigmarole. So I'm happy. Shut up. So impatient, this dog. But yeah, we're gonna have a little walk round, find some fish, hopefully find some fish. If not, do what we usually do, sit in a swim where I know the spots, or sit in a swim where the weather and everything, it looks favourable. So we'll try it, we'll get a bit of footage as we're walking around, see if we can spot anything, stick a bit of bait out and just sit on it. We'll see how it goes. Then we'll talk to you about a couple of the tactics I learned whilst I'll tell you what, we'll just say where we were now. We went to Raysbury with one of the rigmarole consultants, Alistair. He's also a bailiff there. We fished South Lake, which is massive. It's 90 something acres, I think he said. It's huge, absolutely huge. We had to make our own swim. We had to cut trees down. I mean, even now I am physically dead from it. Come on, stinker. That night I slept like a dead person. I don't think I woke up till like 11 o'clock. Not even Alistair's alarms or the fish he had, or even putting bait out afterwards, woke me up. It was crazy. I was that tired, but it was well worth it. It's good to meet Alistair. He's a lovely bloke, and good to be on that complex, to be honest. It was lovely. Ooh. I doubt you'll be able to see it, but just, well, you can see sort of the remnants of it just there, heading towards the corner of the island. And there's one just literally down here now. That's definitely carp. That's a good sign. What are you doing, dog? God, I'm getting all tangled around. Pain. But yeah, I learned quite a lot there, to be honest. Such a big water, and location is the key. And on this water, it's small. It's not even half the size. It's tiny. And it's just put it into my head now that it doesn't matter how big the lake is. Don't get confused with how big a lake is. That if you're not on the fish and you don't find them, you don't put the mass amount of effort in. Yeah, you might walk around 4 or 5 times, or yeah, you might have to barrow all the way around the other side of the lake, but you're gonna catch. And yeah, we proved that massively, and it's given me a different perspective on my fishing, and I'm certainly going to be putting it into practice. Not just fishing swims that I know, being comfortable and stuff like that. I mean, plus it's boring for you guys. So we're just going to take ourselves out of a comfort zone of just enjoying ourselves being here and relaxing, which I love doing, don't get me wrong. But like I said before, I like catching fish a lot more. And we're going to scale everything down, so if we do need to move, we're going to move. We're just going to try and be active. See how it works, see how it pays off. And after seeing the fish there, the amount of fish there, like for example the group of fish we found, say it must have been about 100 fish or something stupid like that before they moved off. There's about that in here, so if I can find a group of fish, put some bait out, I'm going to catch. There's no way I can't. Like, and this lake's shallower, so it's going to be, the water's going to be warmer as well. Obviously they'll react quicker to weather changes, but if I find a group of fish, it should be good. Got some new rods as well, because I'm hopefully going to be starting a new venture come April, but we'll speak about that closer to the time. But I'm going to be potentially needing to cast some quite big distances, so we've got some new rods. Got some Free Spirit CTXs, I believe they are. Picked them up second hand. I don't see the point in buying brand new stuff. I'll buy second hand stuff if it's in mint and good condition. Always check out the stuff before you pay for it and everything like that, and these were mint, like absolutely mint, so happy with that. They look beautiful, and I know for a fact they're good rods. Everyone's told me so many good things about them, so happy days. Right, let's shut up because I'm boring myself now, so I can't imagine how it is for you guys. I'd love to just get in his head for like 10 minutes and just find out why he likes sniffing everything so much. He's got to the point as well where he cocks his legs and marks his territory wherever he goes. I don't know how one small dog, well, smallish dog, can store so much urine. It's ridiculous. Like with me, it's like, once I start, I've got to carry on till it's gone. Him, he's just like, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. I just sprinkles it all over the gaff. He's doing it now. Oh, I just missed it. I don't understand it. It's strange. Alright, yeah, let's concentrate on finding some fish and not being any more boring to you guys. See you in a minute. Right guys, we nearly finished the walk of the lake now. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen, there's a lot of wind coming on this half of the lake. The half on the right is the shallow side, the half on the left is the deep side. And as I'm coming round, you can see where the wind's blowing. And on this side, pretty much the whole way along in the deep end, it's nice and clear of the wind. All the way up in the corner up there is a swim called Gravelly, and that's where I first started off. And I think that's going to be where I'm going to be pitching up, to be honest, because it's even stood here now, you can feel the wind. It's a little bit cold, but up that end it's nice and warm, it's nice and protected, so that's going to be my theory. Let's put it into practice and hope something happens. Right, last time you saw me I was walking around choosing a swim. I have pitched up in the Gravelly corner, sorry. Oh, signs all the way around here. I'm not sure if you can read that, but yeah, I'm in the Gravelly corner. I know they swim very well. If you've seen my previous vlogs, fished in here before. First session did really well. Yeah, know where the spots are, but I'm fishing a shorter distance than the usual spots, just to get it in that deeper water a little bit more. New rods are looking so sexy, and they're brilliant to use. Literally first time with each rod, ding ding ding, jobs are good. And well happy with that. Just about to put some bait out. Where is it? Just here. Some of these puppies. A little bit of a test for these. It's a WB1. Very interested to see how this does. And I've got some mixture of pellets and dead maggots and live maggots and all sorts, and some Ascent liquid in there, and also some of the atomic liquid and some atomic crushed boilies. So we're going to stick a couple spods of that out and get cracking. Right, bait's out, rod's out, bivvy's up, everything's sorted. Talk to you about what I'm doing and how I'm fishing right now. Got my low line pop-up set up on my left rod, so this one here. Got a spreader about 40-50 baits around it, size of a tennis court, from about here to here, just spread all over. I have a feeling the fish are going to be coming round this island here and going this way. I've seen a few doing it as well, so happy days. Probably spooked them a bit, putting bait out and all sorts, but hopefully they'll come back. It's nice and warm on this side compared to what it is down that end. So yeah, that's that rod. Got a WB1 pop up on it, a white one. So middle rod, we've got same arrangement, low line pop-up setup. That one's got a yellow on, a yellow Ascent pop-up on, one of the new ones from A1 Baits. They haven't been out for long, and I've done well on yellow here before, so it's a no-brainer. And I've put 5 large spoms of the particle mix. So we've got small pellets, sweet corn, a bit of hemp, crushed atomic boilies, a bit of atomic juices, a bit of atomic pellets, all sorts. So hopefully that's going to get a bite. So that's middle rod, and that is out this way, just off the end of this thick log you can see coming out, and I don't know if you can slightly see the buoy just here. So yeah, it's about 16 wraps out, 16, 17 wraps. It's donking down lovely, it's a lot deeper. I used to fish 18 and a half, so the drop on that was 1, 2, 3, 4, bang, 4 or 5 foot shallow. So I brought it back a bit, and it's about 6 or 7 max, maybe 6. So it's a lot better. And hopefully anything coming from, if they miss this rig around here, they're going that way. Hopefully I'll pick them up there. Right rod, we've got literally off the edge of this bush down here, you can see. Nice gravel bit down there. I've only ever had tension for that spot, but carp being carp, they'll be around the area, and like I said, it's nice and warm, out of the wind around this way, so that area will be perfect for them to sit up and chill in the snag. So we'll see how it goes. Happy days. Dog's going mental. Every time someone walks past, it goes crazy. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving these rods. Great purchase. And yeah, don't ever put off the idea of buying second-hand stuff. I mean, my bivvy wrap, second-hand, went and looked at it, mint. What's the point of buying a new one? Rods, went and looked at them, as you can see, and I'll show you a close-up of them in a bit. They are mint. And if I'd bought them brand new, I'd be spending over 400 or 500 quid. I paid like 200. Can't argue. Reels got brand new, love them. And the old Sepsi Camo Pod with a Delta. Yeah, hopefully we can start off this year's catching, because we've been blanking. And I want to start the year as I mean to go on. So I've got, 15 days at the end of January to catch a fish. No, I'm joking. But hopefully it'll happen. I'm going to sit on the spots and see what happens. Also a quick one, guys, before we settle down and have some food and try and calm this little bugger down. The Rigmarole page, the YouTube channel, can you go follow it for me, please? As soon as we hit a couple hundred subscribers, I'll make sure we get a decent competition going, a nice prize for you guys. So yeah, follow that, and a bit later on I'm going to go through my own subscriber list and pick out the winner for the Mitchell Overcast reel. So good luck to you, whoever you are, if you're going to win it. But yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? Eh? What are you doing? No, we're not that close. Pervert. Yeah, fingers crossed for me, see what happens. Hey, good morning. Nothing's happened. Slightly surprised by that, if I'm honest. I know obviously all I've been doing is blanking on it other than the first session, but I've seen a lot of fish. Well, I saw a lot of fish, should I say, in this area yesterday, and today again I've seen fish just to the left of my left rod. So my right rod that I've got in the marginal bush, I'm going to whip that in, change a few bits on it, and try and find a spot out to the left of the left rod, move all the rods along, so on and so forth. See how it goes, scatter a few boilies around it and see what happens. And then we'll stick to the same spots for the other 2 rods for today. The right rod, I might try stack a decent bit of bait out. I know it's winter, it's quite mild, the pressure's dropping today, it's going down to 1013. What's your opinion? Haven't got one. Oh. Burnt me toasty. Oh. Gutted. Feel that mess. But yeah, we're going to give that a go. The right rod, I'm going to pile a bit of bait out, see what happens. It's all micro pellets, dead maggots, live maggots, bit of corn, crushed boilies, the odd boilie in there. So it's all small stuff that nuisance fish can munch on anyway, so we'll whack a bit of that out and see what happens. But before we do all that rubbish, we're going to eat this toasty, even though it's a bit burnt now. Sip all the rods in, all around the lake, see if there's anything like obvious feeding. If there is, grab a rod, sit on it for a bit. But if not, this area is looking good for it. It's literally like the warmest part of the lake. You can see the wind is just cutting through the islands and going everywhere, and in where I'm fishing it's flat calm, so it will be the warmest part. It's still all blocked and protected by the trees and everything. But yeah, before I ruin this toasty anymore, I'm going to get this done and then we'll come back to you with a little walk around the lake. It's raining, it's pouring, blanking is boring. Yeah, I've stuck a load of bait out, and when I say load, it's not that much to be honest. I'm using micro pellets and small particles, crushed boilie, all sorts. There's only a few boilies in there, so by the time it hits the bottom, a lot of nuisance fish could have nailed half of it anyway, like roach and all sorts. Plus got to think about the birds as well, so it should be alright. It's low pressure, it's not even cold. Lots of cloud cover, a bit of rain. It's perfect for a bite, so I think if I stick a bit of bait out there, I might induce a bite. We'll see. I've seen fish around this corner. I had one of the other members come round and say about fishing the shallow end, so I'm going to keep an eye on there, see how it goes, and maybe move over to the shallow side tomorrow. But there was a guy baiting up over there last night, so I don't want to go and sit on top of his bait just in case he turns up, and yeah, I wouldn't want someone doing that to me, so I'm not going to do it to someone else. But yeah, we're going to get the left rod sorted, which was the right rod. Like I said earlier, I was going to move them all along and take the rod off the bush. I found a spot just to the left of the island. It's probably about 2-3 foot, but in this weather they could be moving around there. It's a nice and hard spot. It's covered in a little bit of silt or clay. I'm not 100% sure, but it's donking down, but it's not a solid donk. But every time I'm reeling in, the rig's clear, so that's not bad. I'm going to stick a black bait on there, one of the black black WB1 pop-ups. So at least if the birds do start nailing down, I've got less of a chance of getting picked up. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Well, we finally got one. Moved on to pick 2. Cheeky. Lovely little carp. Give it away, it might go 20. Happy days. It's not a blank. Got 2 rods on the same spot, about a rod length apart, probably less. The right one's gone. I'm going to leave the left one. I ain't going to put the right one back out in case there's more out there. What fish? Buzzing for this happy days. You guys haven't got a clue how much that fish means to me. Oh, I've been blanking for so long. I mean, I know it's not my venue, my chosen venue, as in pit 1, but my main target fishing there is dead now, so just wanted to get a bend in the rod, and that thing absolutely booted off, and it's a nice way to give a go on my, my new rods. Didn't bother weighing it in the end. I don't care what it weighs. Probably about 16-17 pound. But who cares? I'm so happy. Absolutely happy. Like I said, stop licking blooming fish juice off my arm, you weirdo. Weirdo, ain't ya? Oh, you like that fish? No, not my mouth. My mouth isn't fish juice. Yeah, moved on to pit 2. I've been prepping a spot just in front of some lilies, which is quite deep, and when I got down to pit 1 I was trickling a bit of bait in here, just kept trickling it in now and then it weren't going well on pit 1. I didn't think I was going to catch, so I thought, you know what, move on to this lake, give it a go, and yeah, happy days. Like I said as well, I've got 2 rods that are probably about half a rod length apart. The right hand side's gone, the left hand side's still there, and I know it's sitting pretty. So yeah, I'm well happy. Well happy. I'll show you the setup that caught it. Oh. Link Tech. If you haven't used this yet, get it. Trust me, it is amazing. And I've just got standard heli lead. Let me just sort the rig out because it's all straightened out a little bit. That heli lead, I believe, is from Taylor's Lead Lounge. Then we got some, see if I can lean it up here, Micro Link, or Hydrolink Micro, should I say. And then we got it on my low line pop-up setup. And that's obviously a bit wrecked now. And then one of the new Ascent pop-ups from A1 Baits. Let me just clean that camera. Yeah, one of the new Ascent pop-ups from A1 Baits. And then a little bit of yellow corn topped on top of it. Right, smudge that camera a treat, ain't I? Focus. It's not going to focus. Right, bear with me. Ha, there we go. Wicked. So yeah, that's done the business. It was nailed as per usual with that rig. Bottom lip in the middle. I'm going to start packing up soon. I don't really want to, but I have to. We'll see what else happens. If there's one here, there's got to be more. So hopefully that spot's going to be rocking a little bit. If I have another one, I'll stay as late as I can today. Just stop licking the fish juice. You're crackhead for it, aren't you? Oh, look at him go. Oh, stop now. Got all embarrassed if I was watching you. Oh no. You're a weirdo, man. No. Freak. God. If he was a human, I reckon he'd be on the sex offenders list. Seriously, mate, chill out a bit. Wow. But yeah, happy days. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. There's a lovely looking fish and all. Proper little banger. What are you doing? You want access to that? Go on then. Have some. Yeah. You don't want it when it's put on you. Oh, happy days. That's made my life so much better now. No more jumping off bridges. I'm kidding. Right, we'll come back to you hopefully with another one. Righty. I'm well happy. Over the moon with that fish. We're packing away now. As you can see, it's all a mess, but we'll sort it out accordingly. Absolutely buzzing to have that fish. Hopefully one of the rods melt off just before I leave. I'm going to get the lunchtime crossing. And I think next week I'm just going to start on here. This time of year, I don't care how big they are. I just want to catch fish. And there's a lot of them in here. Right, so that session's ended brilliantly. I've had a fish. I am more than happy. Just on the motorway now, on the way home. I'm buzzing. I can't wait to get out next week. I'm going to go and pit 2 again. The fish in there, they don't go as big as pit 1, but there's more of them in there. And this time of year, that's my main aim. I'm just going to try and catch. I don't really want to be chasing targets or anything like that. That bend in the rod, that alarm absolutely melting off, that's good enough for me. So until it hits spring or April time, when hopefully I'm going to be on somewhere a bit special, I'm just going to catch what I can catch. Until then, let's bust out to some music like an absolute G. And yeah, thanks for watching. What else they got? Oh yeah.
Drake and Meat Mill back together at last.
Alright, thanks for watching. See you soon. Woo!
Was scribbled on the clarinet, riding across the sun up in the chariot. Adios to Hedios is Africa. Find me on the edge of a parapet with bayonets. I got to take my